Let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yeah! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show. That show you've chosen to click on because maybe you saw my post on Facebook or Twitter. Maybe you're joining us through the magic of Instagram and or TikTok, or you've wandered onto our YouTube page in any way, shape, or form. If you've downloaded this and you're listening to this and we are now in your past and you are in your current present, then please use the text line 214-937-0569. That's how you get a hold of us and ask us questions about the stupid shit that we're going to say here on a regular basis. I am Colby Sapp, and in that room, bobbing and weaving, well, not doing any of that because he's concentrating on pushing buttons, is one IndyCarTim.
Welcome to Wakanda, man. Good day, mate.
Was just watching Black Panther in here.
They speak with Australian accents in Wakanda.
I was speak with Wakandan accent.
Oh, they have actual accents?
Well, yes. Let's just go with that.
It's like African accents, I bet, huh?
Yes.
Like Swahili or...
You know what? I'm just going to say yes because I don't know.
Wherever the actor's from, right?
Right.
Well, I was today years old when I found out Wakanda wasn't a real place.
You thought the fictional mystical land of Wakanda where all the technologies flow is an actual real place?
I thought it was based on a true story.
Okay.
Just like Iron Man and Captain Black America and all that.
I mean, it's Captain America.
Well, he's black now.
Right.
Well, which one was real? Captain America or Blackton America?
They're both called Captain America, and neither one of them are, quote, real.
Should I not be doing this on Juneteenth?
No, you should not be.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
You shouldn't be doing that anytime.
Why? It's true.
Yes. But still.
It's not racist.
You know what? Some might take it that way, sir.
Why?
Because you and your shaved head.
I'm not racist.
Yeah, but you know what?
I got a black friend.
You can't number your friends.
Well, I got a couple of white friends too.
You can't number them by race.
A couple of Asians.
You can't.
One of them's female.
I'm sorry. This is what I deal with. And I had something else to talk about in the introduction that would have been a lot better and probably
welcome to your show, Colby.
More suited to not get us canceled.
Internets.
Oh, man.
Nobody's getting canceled because I speak the truth.
I mean, because it's just your truth is sad.
Why is it wrong though? If
I'm not saying wrong. I'm just saying sad.
It's so confused.
Yes, you stay that way, man. We do have
If you have a black mailman, do you not call him Mr. Blailman?
No, you just call him the mailman.
Well, then how do you tell if they're white or black?
You don't have to worry about it. I don't worry about it.
Well, I don't worry about it. I just recognize it.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay. Good or bad for you? I don't know what to tell you at this moment.
I'm so confused. And Wakanda's not real.
No, Wakanda's not real.
They just made that up.
Yeah. Yes. Along with every other comic book hero to ever exist.
That I also thought was real.
Made up. Or else I think we'd have live footage of Superman flying over Metropolis, which, by the way, does not exist.
It's New York, right?
No, that's Gotham.
Oh. Where's the Daily Planet?
It's really close to the DC's presidential palace, White House. So Metropolis is Washington, D.C.
So confused right now.
Or the equivalent of. I just struggled with the word equivalent.
Equivalent of.
That's amazing. We do have a show. We are going to say goodbye to our Mavericks as they didn't quite pull that off. But you know what? We'll get into it. But I'm not feeling bad like you think you should after a finals loss. I'm actually feeling really good. We have the good, bad, and the ugly, and I've got a mystery shotgun where, surprise, me and Tim have different opinions on a show that's up that's pretty much, well, it hadn't divided the internet. The internet hates it, but Tim loves it, so we'll get into that. By the way, there will be plenty of spoilers about that particular show because I'm not holding back. Tim's found a list, and it involves food, and usually when you have us two talking food, it either gets really interesting or a bet is made after it's said and done. And then news and notes to finish it all off. But Tim, you posted in a tweet to me saying, basically just
I like mayonnaise.
quoting it and saying that and telling me about Spaceballs 2 is in the works. And I will tell you, as being your only friend that's a movie insider, yes, it is in the works.
You'd already heard that.
Uh-huh.
And you did not inform me thusly.
No, I didn't. You know why? Because I didn't believe it when I heard it.
Until you saw
Until Discussing Film had put it out there. I mean, I'd heard it, and I heard Mel Gibson or whatever was going to be involved, and I was like, not Mel Gibson.
That would be awesome.
That would have been news right there.
Spaceballs meets Mad Max.
Starring that dude from Lethal Weapon.
Mel Gibson.
Spaceballs, the Christ.
That would be awesome. The Passion of the Christ.
So,
all right. Mel Brooks,
right. And so he's got his hand in this, and that's awesome. Which I want to now know, are they going to attack current Star Wars?
God, how great would that be?
And, the whole, just the movies, the TV shows, the everything.
You have to. It's all fair game, right?
You kind of got to. And in that mode is like, but they're going to go back to Spaceballs and have,
dude,
a Sears Schwartz is as big as mine. And
they're still going to have Schwartzes, right?
You would think they would have Schwartzes. And are they going to somehow involve pizza? Are they going to do a Pizza the Hut again? Or is this going to be the beginnings of Lord Helmet?
Wow, the prequel.
There's so many things that they could do.
And Mel Brooks doesn't screw things up very often. I know he's 140 years old.
Right.
But History of the World Part 2 was pretty good.
Yes.
So I was impressed with that. If you just have to take it for what it is, and he did it right. The only issue I have with this,
I mean, he's the Weird Al Yankovic of movies.
He is, and he always gets it right, man. By the way, the genius behind Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Happy Juneteenth. Did you hear they made a correct for TV version of Blazing Saddles?
It had the title, and then it went to credits.
And then it will air from 8 o'clock to 8:03 next Saturday.
Speaking of never going to air on TV, and we can get back into Spaceballs talk in just a second, but I stumbled across, and I sent you this as a YouTube clip. Do not play it. Do not open it unless you're alone.
Oh, I watched it already.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched it between shows.
Okay.
Pretty offensive.
It is, yes. Okay, so
but I thought it was funny.
I stumbled across this, and I found a backstory of it. For those that love anime, you may not like this, but you also might find it really hilarious or super offensive.
I don't like anime, and I liked it.
So backstory on this, let's go to the beginning years of Funimation, which they were trying to catch up on and make hay on the anime world. And so any title they could get their hands on in order to dub it into English and put it out there for mass consumption, they would, because that's how they made money. And so they did. And they got a hold of this one that's in English called Ghost Stories. I actually don't know what the Japanese title is or what it means, but it's called Ghost Stories. And so they had all the animation done, and for them, they just had to go through and scrub the Japanese language out and put English in. So they got their actors in a room, their voice actors in a room, and then basically just, handed them a kind of synopsis script of what they were supposed to do and nothing else. And so they started working rather blue and pretty just offensive. And they thought, there's no way this is going to make it through. They'll come back and, tell us to do it again. And nobody did for like 2 seasons. And that's the only 2 seasons that they did. And dear sweet, no, I think that's only 2 seasons. I'm going off of memory here, and I am old. But those shows have to be the most hilarious and offensive shows because it's nothing about what's being drawn is offensive. It is or funny. It's just the characters that are being voiced are now being voiced not as what they originally intended.
It's hysterical.
So
there's a TV show that I watched that's very similar to that. That's a Japanese TV show.
Okay.
And it's old. Like I want to say it was from the 80s. I don't know what the Japanese name, but it's called Max X. So it's where in America has copied it, and it's not nearly as funny. Had John Cena as the host of it, whatever that thing's called that was on ABC, where the contestants go through these physical challenges, right?
Are you talking about the MXC?
Yeah, it's Max X is the way they say it. So yeah, it's MXC. Maximum or most extreme elimination challenge or something is what it stands for.
Yes.
And I just rediscovered this on one of my streaming services because it showed up as a show I may like somehow, and I had to download like Pluto or some Pluto TV. And I've introduced my kids to it just last night. And at first they're like,
I don't get it.
I said, just watch.
Yes.
And then as it went on, and I had to explain, okay, that's not what they're really saying on the real show. These are just dubbed actors, and it's freaking hysterical, man.
It's hilarious.
I was in tears.
I think my favorite course on that is the sinkers and floaters.
Yes.
Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, they have this like it's a pond of some sort, and they have actual rocks that are out there that you can step across. And every once in a while, scattered throughout, there are also some that are made of styrofoam. Those don't work well when you're trying to put your full weight on it.
No.
And so people will step on that, it'll cave in, and you'll just see them careen to the next rock that's stationary.
Face first.
And I don't know how some of these people survived. I mean, you can see them in the next race, and they're, they're okay, but wow. Body armor or something, right? Because they get whacked.
And they're not wearing they're wearing skateboard elbow pads and a skateboard helmet, a shin and a knee guard, and that's it. Like they're not wearing protection other than that. And one of them that cracked me up last night, I forgot about, was where they have the walls. They're outside in the mud, and they have these walls, and there's 4 doorways with the doors closed. And 1 or 2 of the doors out of the 5 are just paper, right? The other ones are actual wood. And you have to pick the right one to run through. And you have to go through 3 walls, and you win. You get to the end, and you win, and you advance. Dude, I saw this dude, and I wanted to see him crash so bad because he was going head first.
Right.
He would run through the mud and dive, head first and jump, head first into these doors. And thankfully, he made it through all the right doors, or he'd have a broken neck. That's all I can think about is, please don't die on TV. I know this was 30 years ago, but
right.
Dude, it's freaking hysterical. I'm watching it every day now again. It's awesome. He used to come on late at night, on TBS or something.
No, I remember that. I remember watching it. And I also remember thinking on that exact course you're talking about, why don't they just go up and tap-a-roo?
Just knock on it.
Yeah, and see if that's the one. No, every one of them is some kind of full board, just
full speed.
It's I guess they're being timed, and they never explain that they're being timed, but I guess they're being timed. But
and most of them will just jump shoulder first, and when they get rejected and fall down, you can tell it hurts.
Right. Well, I mean, the inertia was going this way, and then they come to full stop.
Little tiny Japanese women, and for that matter, tiny Japanese men.
Right, that one guy with the microphone always hits on.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Captain Tennille.
Yes, Captain Tennille.
And then the other guy was something LaDouche. I forgot the other guy in the safari outfit. Guy LaDouche.
Got,
And Kenny Blankenship and Vic Ramone.
right.
Those were the hosts.
You know what? Yes, you're exactly correct.
I just had to think about that for a second.
And
Oh my
also,
God.
by the way, Kenny Blankenship and other guy are just in total like geese
Yeah.
all the time.
With the big wide shoulders.
Yep.
And they're just making fun of each other. It's hysterical, man.
It is great. It is great.
Y'all check it out. MXC. Just search for it on your streaming service or what your Fire Stick. And
Yeah, so after
freaking awesome.
after the show tonight, just go ahead and fire up you a round of alternating ghost stories in
Yes.
MXC, and you'll have a good time.
it's amazing.
You'll have a good time. So there you go. There is the intro, and now it's time for me to nonchalantly. Can I chalantly do something?
Do something chalantly.
Chalantly.
What that means.
I don't either. I know nonchalant is just so I guess with all kind of pomp and circumstance, as I take my hands and throw them this way towards Tim and say, "Hey, Tim,
Hey, Colby.
what day is it, bud?"
Glad you asked me. Of course, it is the almighty and all-important Juneteenth.
It is.
We don't make fun of that because it's an important day in our history.
It is.
Somebody texted me today, asked me what I was doing. I was like, I'm working. And she's like, why are you working today? I said, because everybody works today. She goes, no, it's a holiday. I said, what holiday? What are you talking about? She said, Juneteenth. I
Yes.
said, okay, I think they only let black people off work on Juneteenth, so you should probably be at work.
No. Banks are closed.
I didn't know that was the thing, that people got off work on Juneteenth.
I mean, it's as of a few years ago, I believe.
All right. Well, I mean, fair enough. A day that I hold in equal esteem to
Oh.
Juneteenth.
And just saying, out of some of the holidays that we end up getting off, that I think, what are we doing?
That's not one of them.
This is one that I'm
Yeah.
like, all right,
I get it.
understand it.
I get it. Yeah. However, I think it should have been a holiday way before Juneteenth happened, because there's maybe my favorite one of these days. Colby comes along as it is National Martini Day.
Huh. You know what? One of
Love me
my
a good martini, man.
first bar experiences was martini.
What kind?
It was the whole order it like James Bond did martini.
Shaken, not stirred.
Right.
Because there is a difference.
There is. And also I probably should have ordered a dirty martini. now
That's
that
how I
know.
drink it.
Because there was an open bar and I was just freshly 21 at this holiday party. And I was like, all right. And so I just walked up and I'm like, well, I can try anything, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, normally, before that, it was always just add vodka or whiskey to whatever I'm drinking and then drink that.
Right.
Because, you're just sneaking a drink.
So you do the vodka, not the gin.
Right.
It's a good man.
No. I gave carte blanche to the bartender. I don't know what they put in it. I mean, in fact, I know for sure it was gin.
Oh. All right.
Because when I tilted it back, I was like, and I looked at my then wife, now ex-wife, and said, don't like it.
Because it was gin.
It's bad.
I don't know who can drink gin, man.
I mean, I drank it, but I don't like it.
I don't know who can drink gin. A slow gin fizz or a gin and tonic, dude. I don't get it. I cannot stomach gin. But I do love me a good Grey Goose dirty martini with 2 olives.
Dirtier the better. I'm a bit.
Yeah, I'm okay with it extra dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's got to be one of the higher end. I don't know, Grey Goose isn't one of your major higher end vodkas, but it's not your well vodka either. And I like Grey Goose quite a bit.
I'm still telling you, you don't have to get the Grey Goose. You just get your foot shelf vodka and run it through a Brita.
Well, you have told me that before.
You will be a flipping
'Cause
mazed.
I have a Brita.
You'll have to have dedicated vodka Brita.
I'll just mix it with my water one. I don't care. Kids might not like it, but
No,
Dad, why does this water taste weird?
water tastes weird.
I'm
Dad.
drunk.
I feel better.
I I look like Daddy when he brings girls home.
Yeah, my eyes are bloodshot, and I don't think I have on my pants.
Just like Daddy.
That's right.
I love me a good martini. It is International Box Day.
Like just cardboard boxes?
Cardboard boxes. They have a day, Colby.
Huh.
The
I don't think they need a day. I mean, Canada has what? We had to have Boxing Day like Canada? What are we doing?
Boxing Day is their Independence Day.
Good for them.
So it's not the same. They don't have Boxes Day. They have Boxing Day.
I mean,
Colby, I'm pretty sure we've run across this every single year that we've been doing this, and I still don't know what it is. And I think Sybil had to look it up for us one time and text it to us. But it's National FreeBSD Day. Do you remember this?
Frisbee Day?
Well, kind of, but it's FREEBSD, all one word. I want to say it had something to do with computers, like a programming language or something.
Okay.
But we were very confused the first year that this came out, that we saw this day, because I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know, because it's just all one word, Freebs.
Huh.
So should you go around wishing your friends happy Freebs Day?
No.
I
No.
think so.
Just in case it's not good.
It's probably not. Huh. Interesting.
Free Big Institute of Sexy Dildos.
Divas. I went divas, you went dildos. We going mutton?
No,
Okay.
we're not.
Just checking. Colby, it's also National Garfield the Cat Day.
Jim Davis and his creation of Garfield.
Garfield is the only cat in the world ever, real or fake, that I will tolerate.
That and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were the two things that I would draw for people, and they would give me money in school.
Oh, wow. What happened to that gig?
That,
Graduated?
yeah.
Yeah, my mom had a huge thing for Garfield. She had a Garfield lamp by her bed, and she had a Garfield telephone in her room. And everything, every card she bought for somebody, whether it was graduation, anniversary, whatever it was a Garfield themed stupid card.
I had about 13 of those thick, long, or sideways books, comic book strips
yeah.
of Garfield.
Yeah.
I had 13 of them. I just go through, and that was my bathroom reading for quite a long time.
That's hot. Read Garfield in the bathroom, huh? We going mudding?
Nope.
Colby, it is National Watch Day. I notice you don't wear a watch anymore.
It broke.
Oh, it was a smartwatch, right?
Yeah.
I still wear just one of the old-fashioned. This is a $9 Casio from Walmart that I literally bought about 7 of them when I bought this one.
Uh-huh.
Because it's a big face, right? It's got big numbers on it, so my old man eyes can see them. I like the size of it on my wrist. So, and I didn't expect them to last very long. I've had this one like 3 years. It hasn't broke yet, and I have 6 more in my drawer waiting for it to break. So I'm set for life. I bet you my watches outlast me.
They might. I'm telling you, if it's a smartwatch, I'll wear it. If it's just a regular watch, the phone.
I don't look at my phone. I look at my watch.
I
haven't trained myself to do that.
If I need to know what time it is, there it is.
You know what's funny is I sit in front of my computer all day long, right? I have 3 screens at home.
Right.
Every single one of them has a clock in the top corner of the monitor. Every single screen has a clock on it. One of the desktops, I have an actual clock widget, right? And I have a clock on my wall above the monitors in my room, in my office. Every time I want to know what time it is,
You look at your watch.
every time. I don't even look at I don't look at any of it. I'm just a watch guy, I guess. One of these days I'm going Apple Watch, I think. Might have to do that. Can you see porn on an Apple Watch?
I don't know now. I mean, probably.
Could you see porn on your Galaxy Watch?
No, but that was like the first or second generation.
Oh, okay.
They can do more stuff now. I don't think I'd want to. I mean, I've got a bigger screen to watch movies and stuff on my phone.
Did you have one of the smartwatches that was did it only connect to your phone, or could you use it if you didn't have your phone?
If I didn't have my phone, I could call
you could
somebody.
still use
Yeah.
it. Oh, okay, cool. All right. It is also World Sauntering Day.
That's where you're getting there, but you're getting there in style.
Yep. You're strolling in style. And finally, Colby, it is World Sickle Cell Day. By the way, I call that band name Sickle Cell.
Wait, speaking of band names, what was it? What was it called?
I forgot.
Yeeted Schweener.
That looks so great. Yeeted Schweener.
Okay, you know what? Just look on TikTok for Yeeted Schweener.
Yeeted Schweener.
And you'll find the video. And hopefully you find the one where the metal chick that has a real cowboy look to her decides to name her new band after Yeeted Schweener.
Yeeted Schweener. So great.
That's amazing.
All right. Well, that's what day it is, Colby.
There you go. That's that. Now, it was kind of odd, and we'll see if we have title screens here because we didn't have any walking into this Summa Bitchin' show, but maybe we have one now so we can tell you all about what we're about to do, which is, of course, the Sports Report. It's about to get pretty dry out there, Tim, as far as sports talk and such like that. Well, of course, for at least a month or so before training camp strikes up, or if the Texas Rangers decide to start doing something a little bit more than what they're doing. I heard Scherzer's on his way back.
Doesn't matter at this point.
You know what? I don't think anything is out of the realm of possibilities. It's just my only question is, will they ever be healthy? And I'm not sure if they will.
Right.
But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the top portion of this, which is talking about what happened to your Dallas Mavericks and really and truly my take, and of course Tim's take on the NBA Finals and also what's ahead for your Dallas Mavericks. As I tell you what, I felt all right after that Game 4 win, and I thought maybe because shots were falling that the team would start to pick up a little bit, and maybe that Game 5 would be close and maybe be a squeaker. And if you could pull that out, then you gain confidence, and who knows, this thing could go 7. But that's not what happened, as the Celtics, and I'm not going to say what fan Colby wants to say right there, which is Celtics and the referees.
All right.
But that's fan Colby. That's not actually being super observant on how the whole series was ref.
That's
was
not
ref.
sports reporter Colby. That's fan Colby.
That's fan Colby. There was a lot of times that fan Colby was like, man, they're allowing them to be really rough with this son of a bitch. And that it's because the Celtics were everywhere and playing really good defense. And it was never figured out by your Dallas Mavericks. And some of that has to do with they weren't ready for a team that was so put together as the Boston Celtics, who proved to be the best team in the league this past season. And really they made everybody that they played not really look that good. They held that the whole season. So congratulations to Boston Celtics. But the reason why I'm not dismayed by the finals loss was this team was put together at the All-Star break. And because of that, and some of your main components are still really young. And you've got Kyrie and you've got Luka for a couple more seasons. And I think with the trajectory of what this whole staff in the Dallas Mavericks are putting together as a team, I think this does nothing but bode well for the Dallas Mavericks in the future. And also bodes well for ultimately keeping Luka in spot and really and truly making this thing, a perennial, this is a good team, and then get that finals victory.
So I'm a little more concerned about the future than you are, it sounds like. I still think them even getting into the playoffs this year was a fluke.
Not
just because I predicted they wouldn't
okay.
at the beginning of the season, but again, had it not been for that 16-2 run right at the last 2 weeks of the season, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. Now, to what you're saying, that 16-2 run was only possible because of the trades they made at the trade deadline.
Correct.
And boy, howdy, that was a great trading deadline sequence for the Mavericks. There's no question. I think the Mavs got exposed in 1,000 different ways against the Celtics that they didn't get exposed in the West. I think Luka got exposed. I think Kyrie got exposed. I think the Dallas bench got exposed. And maybe most importantly, I think Jason Kidd got exposed. Now, we know Luka's not a good defender.
No,
however,
we don't know that. He was actually playing pretty good defense throughout the playoffs, but go ahead.
Well, then he forgot how to do it against the Celtics, or he just refused to do it, or maybe he was tired. I don't know. But that was first-year Luka defense that I saw against the Celtics. Kyrie, I give Kyrie all of the credit, and he had maybe the worst of anybody in the finals, played the worst. But, dude, Drew Holiday might be the best defender in the NBA. And he was on Kyrie. And Kyrie did not have a good finals because of Holiday. So when I say that exposes Kyrie, it just means that he's not going to be that great against some of the top defenders in the league. Well, he doesn't have to play them every night, thankfully. But dude, I was you know what? And I propped Luka up towards the end of the year, if you recall. And I've not been a Luka lover. He's a great offensive talent. He's a generational talent in the NBA offensively. But I still think he's a defensive liability, and I quit saying that towards the end of the season because I thought he'd picked his defensive game up a little bit.
He did.
And he did in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. And you know what? Maybe it was fatigue. I don't know. But against the Celtics, dude, he, again, looked like he was completely uninterested in playing defense.
Uninterested is probably the wrong choice of words. Maybe unable might be something you could throw in there. You have to realize that the Celtics that went through their paper mache playoff run, and the Dallas Mavericks went through everybody that was counted as number one.
Yeah.
And if we're going to give the run out of gas excuse to the Dallas Stars for their route that they had to do, which I believe that's what happened.
Yep.
Then you need to be able to give that also to the Dallas Mavericks because the opponents that they went through, every time they went through to the next opponent was like, well, this is where they'll stop.
Right.
These guys will get them. And they D'd up and they fought, closed out the games, and they got the wins. And going through the West, especially as it is right now with the amount of talent that you have and the level that you have to play in order to get there, is going to take some teams down. Because yes, the Celtics were the best team last season, but, man, they didn't have to go through much.
The Celtics won the East by 14 games. And they, again, 16-3 in the playoffs, counting the one loss against the Mavs. They were a juggernaut.
They were. And you went up against that. And I think if you give this Dallas Mavericks team just a little more go and a little bit more time to gel,
yeah,
I think you figure it out and you keep moving, and each player gets another year under their belt that needs
together.
that year.
Yeah, especially together.
I think you'll end up having a different story. It'll be hard. It'll be tough. And remember that I said this. It'll be tough to go to the finals one year, lose it, and then go back the next season. That's just something that no matter who you are, that's really tough to do.
Yep.
But you give this thing a couple years, and I think they're back there, and I think they're ready to rock and roll as long as there's no panic button that's hit with this machine.
Well, and with new ownership, Nico Harrison at the helm,
right?
I don't see any panic moves. I know it won't happen, but I would still like to see Jason Kidd replaced. but
No, there's not a chance. Not what he did with his team.
you say what he did with the team. I'm not giving him nearly as much credit as you are.
I'm sorry, but it's the point of when you have that many changes happen to your team at the All-Star break, and we've seen from Rick Carlisle to anybody else, when you do that, all of a sudden they just can't quite. It takes them a little bit,
Sure.
and to be able to have that put together, I think Jason Kidd, no matter what you say, deserves that credit and deserves another shot at making this thing run.
No, and he'll get it. I mean, he'll be back, which is fine.
Yes.
I still think this team desperately needs to add. Here's the problem. The team desperately needs a lockdown defender somewhere. But the problem is, to add one, you've got to take one of your offensive pieces off the floor. And everybody's contributing offensively at every position.
Right.
Your center, your two forwards, your two guards. They're always contributing. And now you're going to have to take some of that scoring off the floor to add a lockdown defender. Well, if you got a lockdown defender, you don't need to score as much as the logical thinking there. But, man, I'm just not very confident in this club next year. And I know you say it's going to take a couple years, right, to get back to the finals.
That's just how logically thinking. Of
Yeah.
course, I would totally be on board and telling you at the beginning of next NBA season that, hey, this could be the year. But logical thinking is going back after losing. It's just real tough.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, somebody asked me before, so do you consider the Mavs season successful?
Yeah.
Of course I consider this Mavs season. They weren't supposed to be there. So the fact that you made it to the finals and I hate to say it, you won a game in the finals against by far the best team in the league, right? I mean, it's not close. That you could squeeze one out, then so be it. But no, yes, it was obviously a successful season. The world, I think, got a glimpse of a different kind of Luka.
They did.
Than we've since I think maybe so did we than we've seen previously. Doesn't mean I like it, but it's what he is. And you know what? He's got another year to grow. When's his contract up? Like, he's got, what, 2 more years?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so you got Luka for probably 2 more years. If there's no title, I still think he's gone.
I'm not sure because they keep giving him everything that he needs.
Well, everything he wants.
Yeah.
I don't know that some of the things he wants are necessarily what he needs.
Especially when LeBron ends up playing a Maverick next season.
God, so they can draft Bronny, and then the Mavericks win 32 games that season.
And more than that.
33 games.
Try 50-something.
Not winning 50 games with LeBron and Bronny on this team.
Well, Bronny's not going to make the starting lineup or even the
Shouldn't.
bench.
And LeBron's going to be 50 years old.
And still dropping 30 points.
No, he's not going to drop. Really playing with Luka?
Yes.
No.
You don't think Luka's
No.
just going to go out there and be like, it's Lob City all day long? Yes.
LeBron's a cancer. He always will be.
He is not. You just don't. I mean, his attitude to you is
Hate his guts.
he's a little bit yuppie-fied, but yeah,
Ruin
no.
the NBA. So that's your Mavs talk anyway. I think we're both optimistic the Mavs will get back to the finals. I think it'll be next year, and if it's not, I think Kid's gone. I think Kid gets a year.
Well, they gave him a contract extension.
Contracts don't mean anything. You know that.
They sure do.
Look, if they are 15-30 to start the season,
Okay, they're not going to be 15-30.
you don't know that.
I do know that.
All right, bet
Sure. What do you want to bet?
$1 million.
Okay. You're not going to be able to pay
Take
it.
a check. You won't be able to pay it.
I'm not going to need to.
I won't need to.
They're not going to be 15-30.
You're right. They'll probably be 15-40. And they'll make a trade. They're going to trade Luka to get Trae Young back.
Instead of the $1 million, just make a beard bet. You want to make a beard bet?
Ooh. See, now you're messing with my livelihood. I'd never get laid again. Let's shave this beast off.
All right. There is your sports report as Tim proved how sports idiotic he is, and I told you how smart I was.
I'm
and that's,
smart, Colby.
That's how that thing goes. Coming up next, we're getting into a little bit of good, bad, and the ugly. That's the famous people's birthdays as we decide all that kind of good stuff. And also Mystery Shotgun, where I've got to let you know about the Acolyte. And yes, spoilers will be involved. And also, who is playing Ghost Rider? That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show.
Sports fans, FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your turf life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. What it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head, and you can go join the club today, snag that window decal or snag any other special turf life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you now. More FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
What up?
Happy Hump Day! Happy Juneteenth. And Colby, we have breaking sports news.
Uh-oh.
Mets versus Rangers out in Arlington. The Rangers have scored first. It's 1-0 in the top or the bottom of the third.
What happened?
They're going to the World Series.
See, change of pace.
Yep.
It is now not the worst time to be a sports fan here in DFW.
No, because that was my question. I thought it kind of was, but I just meant like in general, not even here in DFW. I mean, all we have is like middle of the season baseball going on.
True. We also about to have that WNBA playoffs, though, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So there's that.
Wait. No. Playoffs already?
Well, I mean,
Then they just start? Like they played 20 games.
aren't they heading that direction? They're already
No.
talking about that maybe Caitlin Clark's team will make the playoffs.
Okay, they played 14 games, Colby.
Yeah, but aren't we heading towards playoffs yet?
I don't know. What do they play, a 20-game season?
I don't know. This is my first time I've ever actually had any kind of interest in the WNBA.
I don't have WNBA interest. I have Caitlin Clark interest. I will make her my girlfriend.
So, There you go. And yes, Reggie Atatula did not rub off on me enough for me to, back in the day, get into the
Colby,
WNBA.
our Dallas Wings are not doing well.
You know,
they're 3-10, Colby. They're in last place in the Western Conference.
well, wing and a prayer.
I don't know if you can say that when you're referring to women.
No, just
Can you say wings when you talk about women?
I mean, yeah, the Dallas Wings, which, by the way, I've always thought that that's a little bit off-putting to name your WNBA team after a part of the tampon or the pad that keeps it in the liner.
It's uncomfortable.
It is.
I don't like it.
I have a party.
So I just spent more time on the WNBA standings page than I ever thought I would in my life. But go Caitlin Clark. Screw you, Angel Reese. I'm Team Clark, Colby.
What about what about that other chick that was drafted? I forgot her name. The big, tall blonde.
JC.
Yeah, she got
To the Wings?
no. She's LA, I think. She got injured. I heard about
Because she's
that.
a girl. That's what they do. They get hurt all the what, she break a nail?
No, like a leg injury. His lower body. I think she's playing hockey.
A toenail?
Yeah, no.
By the way, I'm also a big JC Sheldon fan for the Dallas Wings. Go JC Sheldon.
There you
She'll
are.
be my girlfriend one day when she gets older. When I get younger.
That's not how that works. Or do you Benjamin Button? Hey, hit the music and stuff.
Oh wait, we have a segment coming up?
Yes, it's the good, bad, and the ugly.
Okay, fine. Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling yet. I can. That music means it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. That segment where we go through all the people that were born today. Then I make a list of the people that I think are famous enough to make my list, and I offer them up to you for you as long as me and Tim can decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. And
Rarely agree.
starting off today, heard he might actually pitch this season. Jacob deGrom is 36 years old. True or
God, is he
false?
36.
True or false? He pitches this season.
Regular season, no.
All right. So he says that the Rangers are going to the postseason, so that's good.
World Series, Colby.
That's right. Going back-to-back ships in this bitch.
Yeah.
Turning 57 years old today, Mia Sarah. Tim.
Why do I know that name, Colby?
Mia Sarah.
I must have looked her up last year. Oh, not Sia Mara.
No. See ya, Mara.
Oh, from Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
She's Sloan. Man, I heard she went into porn.
I haven't heard that.
You've never heard that thing?
No.
I think she did maybe it was like softcore stuff.
Talking about Skinamax.
Yeah.
She was all over the Skinamax for a little bit.
I heard in the Skiniverse. Yeah.
You know what? If that didn't happen, then I apologize for Tim spreading lies.
I said I heard. Reports are that she went into nudity.
You know what? And if your brain made that report,
Nudie movies. No, I actually I've heard that for a long time. I've heard that in several places for a long time.
did you just take the word perpetuity and mix it with nudity?
Into nudity. Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm smart, Colby. I'm a catch. Hey, all you single girls out there on TikTok, how you doing?
Turning 52 years old today, Robin Tooney.
She's fine, Colby.
She's a cutie.
I do like me some Robin Tooney -ham.
She's the Mentalist.
Yeah, I've seen her in some stuff, but she's a cutie pie, man. She's too old for me now, obviously.
I mean, she's still younger than you are.
I believe she's a converted lesbian.
Converted?
Yeah, she's no longer a lesbian.
You mean she's bisexual?
I think she's been married to a dude for like 10 years.
Okay.
But she used to like chicken of the sea. And now she eats steak.
Maybe, well, you know what? She might be just bisexual, Tim, and just decided to find the love of her life was the one that had outdoor plumbing, not indoor plumbing.
My way is way funnier.
Yeah, but I'm uneasy by the word converted.
Why? You can't be a converted homosexual? If you decide, okay, what if you're bisexual and then you decide, well, you know what? I don't really like that one. I like this one better now. I'm not going back that way. You're converted.
I think it's more along the lines of the person, right? Where you're like, you know what? Yeah, this person I like better. And since I like both, man, you're going to mark this and I hate you so much.
Writing all the timestamps down.
You know what? I'm just going to go with what I'm saying and just
Converted. Converted.
Kathleen Turner, 78 years old today.
Oh, Colby. Kathleen Turner in the 80s, like during Romancing the Bone. Oh, sorry, the theatrical version was Romancing the Stone.
Right.
And all of that with Michael Douglas. And she had a TV show out where she was a private investigator for a while. Dude, she was hot, man. I don't know that anyone, maybe other than Yasmin Bleeth, has fallen off the hot scale so far.
I mean, Kathleen Turner, 78, Tim.
No, but she had fallen off like in her 50s, though. She did not age well.
Well, you know, at some point you're like, you know what, man? I think I'm tired of just constantly eating, you know,
Colby food.
Celery stuff.
Oh.
And I want real food.
It's bad genes.
And I don't have to go running every day.
Bad. She was hot, though, man. And then she turned to not really quick.
Felicia Rashad is 76 years old.
Claire Huxtable.
Yes.
Is she still Rashad? Because they got divorced.
It said that in the website that I was.
That they use that name?
Yeah.
Because she was Felicia Ayers Allen before she was Rashad. So I guess she just kept her name. But they split up, right?
I believe so.
Like a long time ago. They got engaged on live TV. Were you around for that?
No.
On his show. Because he hosted Inside the NBA or whatever on Saturdays.
Because he was good friends with Michael Jordan, and that's how he got that
Probably.
job. Yeah.
He was a freaking Viking. Was he good friends with anybody except Fran Tarkington?
Hey, man. Fran Tarkington was hard to tackle.
He's one of my top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
Passed away in 1941, Lou Gehrig.
Do you think if he didn't, how do I want to word this?
If he didn't get his own disease, he would have been the most badass we'd ever seen in our entire lives.
No, I mean, clearly he would have been the best base, but he would have been better than Ruth, except he didn't pitch. If he didn't die of that disease, oh, that's not it either.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to work on it.
All right. By the way, same goes for Mickey Mantle if he hadn't stepped on that sprinkler head. We would just want to go
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
down that route. Paul Dano is 40.
Okay, so I need your help with who Paul Dano is. So, because I know an old IndyCar driver named Paul Dana that died like 20 years ago.
He is your Pat Bat Riddler.
I kept seeing his name in places, and I thought it was just a typo.
No. You remember the Pat Bat movie? He was the Riddler.
Oh, ugly. He needs to be the Riddler.
He was a really good Riddler.
Did he wear the question mark costume?
Did you not see the Pat Bat Batman?
Yeah, you know I did, because I told you I did.
Okay, then
But wasn't he only in jail?
no.
Who's the one they only saw in jail, like at the end?
That was the Joker.
The Joker. Okay. All right. Whatever. I'll take your word for it. He's still ugly. I don't want to look at him. He's my bad.
Ann Wilson is 74 years old today.
Pushing maximum density. But can sing.
Damn right she can.
She was never Nancy, but she could sing.
Turning 62 years old today. I had her posters all over my wall as a youth. Paula Abdul.
Really?
Yes.
You had her posters on your wall?
Sure did.
She hot?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to verify this because I was in high school when she was a singer. I don't remember her being anything crazy hot. Isn't she Mexican or something?
Is that going to take away from anything?
I mean, she's not bad now, but
She was super hot to me.
like
back
when
in the day.
straight up, not tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, oh, oh.
That song about those people racing and stuff, I don't even remember what it was, but the video was cool.
Rush.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know any of these songs except Opposites Attract because that had that stupid cartoon rapping cat dude in it.
Yes.
MC Scat Cat.
That's right.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
Never got animated again. Macklemore's 41.
Mark Macklemore?
No,
He's older
just-
than that.
Just Macklemore.
What is Macklemore?
He's a white rapper.
Does he have another name? He's just Macklemore.
He's just Macklemore.
The doctor of defense.
No, he's the doctor of dollar stores, I guess.
All right, well, that's my new bad.
Zoe Saldana is 46 years old today.
Colby. She's all over the place, right?
Damn right.
Star Trek, Guardians. Now, she was the ugly of the two sisters, right?
She was Gamora.
Zoe Saldana? She was the green one, right?
Yes.
Okay, right.
That's that.
What's the other one's name?
Oh my God. The other. I'm not in mode. Damn it.
Nebula.
Yes.
No, Nebula was the hot one.
Huh.
I mean, Gamora was hot. Don't get me wrong. Zoe's hot. Should be hotter in my room right now. But Nebula was hotter. The blue. I liked the blue.
Yeah. Gamora me. Gamora me.
Gamora, you.
That's right.
Plus, Karen Gillan's got a Scottish accent. It's pretty hot.
Turning. You don't like
I
accents.
love
Shut up.
Scottish accents.
Shut up. You can't.
Too late.
You can't. It's in America or nothing. I've heard you say that more times than not.
That's for Mexicans and stuff and
No,
British.
no, you can't. No.
Good day, mate.
I am the accent guy. You are not the accent guy.
I only have like two that I like.
No, you can't like
Ooh, I
them.
like French accents too.
No, you can't like them. You can't.
Do whatever I want.
No, you can't because you said America or nothing.
It is America or nothing.
All right, then. So you can't.
I like your accent, Karen.
46 years old today, and the number one birthday of today is one Dirk Nowitzki. It's Dirk's birthday today.
Basketball.
Yes. You know what? And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Dirk's an ultimate good.
I was waiting for that.
Dirk's
all
an
right.
ultimate good. You don't have to put him as your good, ladies and gentlemen.
He's an
because
ultimate good.
Ultimate good.
He's up there with Hitler. Who's the other ultimate good?
It's not Hitler.
Oh, we have ultimate bads
We
too.
have ultimate bad.
Hitler and Mussolini were on those.
Can't believe you just put Dirk and Hitler in. the
Dirk's
same-
better than Hitler slightly.
Don't Jeff Kavanaugh this segment, sir.
Miss Jeff. Miss Jeff so much.
For those who don't know, that inside joke, we were having Jeff Kavanaugh do Are You Better, which is a KNC bit on a long time ago. And Jeff is a very humble person when it comes to if somebody's better than them and what have you. And so it was a long list of people that were better than him. And it was 420. It was that day we were doing Are You Better? And I looked at Jeff and I said, Adolf Hitler. And he goes, well, and paused for a little bit. And I said, Jeff, when somebody asks you if you're better than Adolf Hitler, you just automatically say yes. And he's like, well, okay, yes.
He ran a country.
He was trying to come up with Hitler's good points.
He was a good painter.
And yeah. But ultimately, yes, he said yes, of course.
He finally acquiesced and said, yes, I'm better than him.
And it wasn't for any other reason other than Jeff was like, you know.
He ran a country. I never did that. I can barely run my own household.
So there you go.
All right, Colby. Celebrating Facebook birthdays. Rob Mexico
Nice.
on my Facebook, not to be confused with Robert California, my favorite character from The Office.
Stayed at that one hotel that one time.
Because I never watched The Office until Steve Carell was off the show because I couldn't stand his character.
You're dumb. I don't even like comedies.
Robert California, played by the great James Spader, by the way. And Colby, my second favorite female bartender in the history of the planet. From Revel, from Green Gator, before that from Draft House, all up in the near Frisco, Little Elm area. I speak, of course, of the lovely, the talented, the absolutely beautiful and gorgeous Alex Murphy. I love you, Alex.
RoboCop?
Different Murphy.
Okay.
So I'll have to record. I'll have to like pull this and give it to her, so I'll get something from her.
All right.
Anyway, if I could, she would be my good Colby. But since I can't, because we don't do Facebook goods.
We do not.
Even when I'm on Facebook birthdays. Colby, my good. Do I go sports or do I go chick? Normally I go chick. But I think this time I have to go sports. I don't care if he was a damn Yankee. I'm going Lou Gehrig.
All right.
As my good. The Yankees weren't the evil empire back then quite yet. They were just the best team in baseball for about 20 years. My bad. Of course it's Macklemore, because who has a name called, whose first name is Macklemore? That's dumb. Know nothing about the guy. Is he black or white?
I told you he was white.
Well, he's equally bad. No white guy should have one name, except for me, IndyCarTim. My ugly. Oh, Cobat is Paul Dano. My ugly, though, Colby. Can I go Kathleen Turner?
I mean, it's your list, dude.
Going Kathleen Turner, Colby. Since Paul Dano was my co-bad, I went ugly for Kathleen Turner.
And of course, your perma-good's Dirk.
Yes.
So,
my start writing these things down somewhere.
My good is Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
Yes, of course it is. My bad, I'm going to go just because of the injuries things and we haven't seen him out there. I'm going to go Jacob deGrom till you stay out there longer, bud.
Okay.
And my ugly is, I'm sorry, Paul Dano. You're a great Riddler and should never be anybody's alternate bad because he's a dumbass, but you're also not a good one. There you go. There is.
Sorry, he's bad.
Good, bad, and the ugly.
And there you go. If you would like to vote for your good, bad, or ugly, you can either use the studio text line 214-937-0569, or you can reach out to us on whatever video platform you are watching right now, whether it's X, Instagram, Facebook, or FanStream Sports TV, which is our YouTube channel. We encourage you to go over there and subscribe if you're not already there, and you get to check out all of our great shows. Also, make sure you download the FanStream Sports mobile app available for iOS and Android. You can also get all of our live shows there, as well as a back catalog of some of our recent episodes of our great shows here on FanStream Sports. Some of them might involve me. Not going to lie. But right now, Colby, it's time to get into something that has some significance, if in fact there is anything, because it's time for this.
Oh, yeah. Welcome in to Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. And it's time to get into some things that involve your world of comic book movies. And I want to, before we get into totally Acolyte Talk, by the way, coming up when we get into Acolyte Talk, there will be spoilers abounding because, yes, the episode was just released yesterday. You've only had that much time, but there's enough talking points to get into it that we have to go ahead and get into it because there's going to be a big difference of opinions here coming up in just a short couple of minutes. Is between me and Tim.
Buckle up.
It's going to be, might end up turning into an argument.
I'm not that passionate about it.
Just going to say, but first let's get into the rumor mill that's happening via the internet. And this is a thing that happens quite a bit. Somebody breaks a story and says they've got the ultimate scoop, and it lasts for a couple of days. And then finally somebody on the inside has to come out and say, that's not happening, guys. Sorry. I don't know where you heard that, but that's not the truth. And the current one going around is that your new Ghost Rider in the MCU is Ryan Gosling.
I'm out.
Ryan Gosling is going to be joining the MCU.
Good thing I'm a DC guy.
His role is not, unless they change their mind, is not going to be Ghost Rider. That's not what I'm hearing. That's not what's out there. Somebody had a fever dream and posted that on Twitter, and everybody else is running with it. So there you go. If you were looking forward to the Ryan Gosling Ghost Rider, until I hear different, I'm going to tell you that's false.
How do you feel about that? You like Ryan Gosling, though,
I do
don't you?
like Ryan Gosling. I think he has good chops and can pretty much maneuver around anything. I've seen him play dark and brooding. I've seen him play, super happy. I've seen him, do a lot of things and be a character throughout and actually focus on that character and be more than just Ryan Gosling being a character. So because of that, yes, with, those kind of chops and then putting him in a spot to where it's going to be mostly CGI'd for his big moments, then yeah, do it. That's also the reason why I think Ghost Rider is one of those characters that you don't have to have super well known.
Right.
Because when he becomes Ghost Rider, you can actually use somebody else as his voice for that part of the character.
Because his head's all on fire and everything.
Exactly right. You just got to make sure that the guy has the chops enough that on the intertwining story that he's able to still play whichever version of the Ghost Rider that the MCU is going to ultimately use, which we still believe is going to be the Johnny Blaze version. So,
are there others?
There are. There's there's been plenty of other Ghost, because Ghost Rider's kind of a thing that's passed down.
Okay, gotcha.
Situation. So almost like your Green Lantern Corps, if you're a DC fan, there's
Right.
been more than just one Green Lantern. There's been more than just one Ghost Rider. But in other news, real quick, Tim, how would you feel if you signed the contract, were making money, and they told you had to do a almost animalistic super sex scene in a show, and then come to find out before it's released that it got all put on the editing room floor, never to be aired?
Relieved?
Would you be relieved? I mean,
I don't know. It depends on what I had to do. I mean, I'll do a lot for money.
right.
I usually don't care, so.
I'm thinking if that I went through gave my all for this scene, and I, did the dieting, did all the things to make sure I looked exactly right.
Right.
And got to the scene and made it through, any kind of awkwardness. Maybe I don't have a lot of, mesh with this person, and we ended up filming this scene and went through all that, which may be great, may be hell, depending on the person. And then at the end of it, they go, yeah, we decided just to cut it. I think I'd be kind of pissed.
Well, but they probably cut it because it didn't come out that great, right? If that was that great of a scene,
or it went too far overboard.
Yeah, so you probably don't want it released then.
Olivia Cook has announced Game of Thrones situation that, yeah, her animalistic sex scene that was going to be in the
She do a dragon?
I don't know. It's like I said, it's because nobody's ever seen it. She's like, yeah, they cut it, man. It was going to be in there. Me doing all the stuff.
I've never seen any of those. I thought that show was over.
This is the prequels going on.
Oh, there's a new show?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, at any rate, if you were looking forward to Olivia Cook doing the super animalistic inclined hokey pokey,
I bet you somewhere that will get leaked.
Probably.
If the studio is smart, it will get leaked somewhere on Reddit or whatever.
And with that, we now get to Star Wars. As Acolyte Episode 4 was released. And you know what, Tim? Should we start with your version or my version, sir?
All right, let's go through the timeline here. So I found out last week that the episodes get released on Tuesdays.
Correct.
So yesterday lunch, taking a quick break from my writing routine, I thought I'm going to have a couple of sandwiches here. Turn on the Acolyte, watch the new Acolyte. They don't get released until 8 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I always thought they came out at midnight. I don't know they had times. But anyway, so I waited. And at 8:15, I turned it on.
Wow.
And look, for everybody that's followed the story here on Mr. Shotgun and the ups and downs of it and the controversy and what the wokeness of episode 3, I never saw any of that in episode 3. Colby and I had this conversation off the air. Nothing in episode 3 bothered me one bit. And I'm usually sensitive to crap like that.
By the way, did episode 4 get you all woked up?
Episode 4 got my motor revving about the show.
Okay. All right.
And I told you this. I was like, dude, this was a great episode. And then you're like, man. Well, first you're like, oh, now I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
And then you came back at me with this, again, this is all over text. So, I'm making emotions up here, but with just extreme disappointment in your text voice.
Because I was extremely disappointed, Tim.
And I'm like, and you brought up all of this stuff about the gun holster and crap. And I'm like, I don't care about any of the continuity stuff. I don't give a crap. It doesn't pertain to the story.
And neither does anybody over there doing the show, by the way.
Apparently not. But dude, I actually noticed that. I did notice that. So, I mean, I was conscious of it. But it didn't affect me. Now her character, the May character, I've seen some back and forth, some really weird things that they've done with her character, right? That don't make a ton of sense. But you know what? I'm letting the series go, right? I'm like, okay, I'll wait till the end, all right? There's going to be inconsistencies for sure. We've already had some of those.
Yes. Space fire.
And then, I mean, that was kind of weird. But I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. But at the end of episode 4, I don't know, the last 10 seconds of episode 4, my blood pressure shot up. I'm not thinking of the production value of what it is. I'm thinking of how that 10 seconds, how the entire story has built up to that 10 seconds on the screen. And this is something, and I'm trying not to give spoilers away.
Oh, spoiler alert. Go ahead.
But these characters have never seen this before. They don't know what it is. As May is there at, what's the Wookiee Jedi, they were at his house, right?
Yes.
And he was not alive anymore.
No.
Because she went to kill him. So then she runs out, and the Jedis that are chasing her, they're hunting her, they're all out there facing each other. And then from the camera angle looking at May, you see this black creature, this black figure in a mask and a robe, start kind of floating from the background and comes up right behind her. And the Jedis immediately, launch their swords, telling her to run. She turns around and she's face to face. And then he lets out his lightsaber and it's red.
Yes.
And he's in a black cloak, a black mask that looks with a suspicious diamond or whatever smile that looks like the Joker. So Colby has named him Darth Joker, which is kind of funny. And then he just whisks her away with one wave of his hand. And then as the Jedi start to charge him, just lifts up his other hand and pushes them, violently back, 30 feet through the air. And that's how the episode ends. And in my brain, I'm like, holy crap, this is the first Sith. Like we just saw, and now in the story of Star Wars, the first Sith. Nobody's ever seen this before. And then Colby texts me, he's like, yeah, you talking about that Darth Joker idiot? Like totally defeating everything I felt about the show. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I told him, I'm like, dude, you're overanalyzing all of this. Just enjoy what you're watching, you know, and give it a chance. And you couldn't.
You know what? Tim, I gave it a chance. Tim, after the first episode, I was like, all right, guys, it is woke, but you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. Even though the acting seems a little poor.
Yeah.
The actual character writings, I'm like, the story might be great, but the writing of the dialogue is also very poor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so, but we get to episode 4, and I'm starting to get tired of May and Osha just being like dead set against something and then just
changing their mind.
Okay. Like, Osha's like, no, not going to go help you. Soul, sorry, I'm out. I'm out of here. You should really go. Okay, I'm going.
Okay, I'm in. Well, he used the Jedi mind trick on her.
Sure. And then May's out there talking with home helper dude that's the Sith helper or whatever. And she's like, well, I've got to go fight this Wookiee Jedi with my bare hands. And he's like, you sure do. And then he gets caught in a trap. And she's like, never mind. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go turn myself in.
Yeah, I quit. Like, that was weird.
I've just killed like 3 other Jedi or what have you. But that's okay. I'm now going to go fall on their mercy because of what I know.
They won't put me in jail because of the things I know, right? That was what she was going. And it was a weird, abrupt kind of a plot turn, right? That I didn't get it, but you know what? They might address that later.
You know what? And maybe they sure might. The thing that I was talking about was they're both walking through, about to go into, the forest area, and the dude Jedi with the Floby cut.
It's the worst haircut. Dude, black people are like up in a rage over that. Did you know that?
I mean, get the dude lined up. Okay? He's so worried about his effing, robe and stuff that he takes it off to steam clean it or whatnot. Get that dude lined up right. Anyway, so they're both walking. Him and Osha are walking, and he goes, I'm going to need to see that blaster. You can't have it and whatnot. And she's like, I found it. It's mine. He goes, I'm still going to need to see it. And then that's the end.
We don't ever see the blaster again in the episode. It never comes back up.
No, nobody ever talks about it. That and highlight the most woke moment in, which again, doesn't bother me, but this is really blatant and forced, which at this moment, again, so they're introducing the hunter squirrel on the ship with that scene that nobody really needed to have at all.
That was weird.
And so her droid squirts the hunter squirrel or the tracker squirrel, and he's like, me, 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 me. And so she gets up and is like, who is he or they?
Oh, so I didn't even catch that.
And later on, it's found out it is a he.
Right.
Through, but still, it's like, you're going to say, who's he, or didn't have to say it so slowly. Who's he, or I guess they.
That seems a little forced.
I
didn't catch it.
It was really shoved in there. So Star Wars now has pronouns. But at the end, by the way, if it ends up being Sith helper dude is the
master,
I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, I anticipated that.
I'm going to throw up.
Oh, I thought that until we saw the Sith. You think that's him?
I think that's him.
Oh, that
because he was already there on the planet.
Yeah. And he acts kind of dumb half the time, right?
Right, but yet he knows everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So,
see, I'm going to have a problem with that.
Yeah, no, I'd vomit because it's really glaring. Now, if they zigzag away from it, I'd be cool.
Yeah.
But if that's a little too glaring, it's a little too obvious. So anyway, Darth Joker appears out of nowhere and
Joker
utters the biggest force push that has ever been uttered in the entire history of Star Wars, except for maybe Force Unleashed, the video game.
Yeah, that was good too.
And basically wiped out a small Jedi town, which, by the way, never seen or heard of the Sith. They have, because they've got Mundi there. Did you know that the tall cone head guy that's the Jedi is the same one from the Phantom Menace?
Is he on their team? I didn't see him on their team.
Yes. He's not there on the team, but he's been teaching.
But
them.
he's present. Oh,
Yes.
he's at the temple?
Yes.
I probably just assumed it was the same race. I didn't think it was the same guy.
Same guy. You want to know how?
'Cause we're talking hundreds of years.
I know. I went but they never explained that, by the way. I'm just assuming that this character lives a long time.
Right.
Because if you look at the credits, it says Mundi there. And that's...
Are we sure that's his name and not his race?
No, he's a Syrian or... It starts with a C.
Okay.
Explain that one, too, while you're at it, that those creatures live for a long time, which, by the way, in the Phantom Menace, he said, man, we haven't seen Sith for thousands of years. Yet, 100 years in the past, he's about to run into one.
Well, I don't know that the Phantom Menace is canon.
Shut up.
I mean, seriously, I don't know that it is.
It is canon.
I'm not sure it is anymore.
Shut up. So there you go. There's all, I mean, and again, the writing's poor. I know I'm slamming the table a lot. The writing's poor. The characters look at this writing, and I'm not even blaming the actors and actresses. Why? Because if I was handed that script too, I don't know how much emphasis or how much I could make that work. Especially if the direction was you're doing good enough, I think I'd just keep doing it.
So, do you think they rushed this into production?
I think it's been a half-assed the whole way through.
Do you think it went through just an incredible amount of edits that have, because that was my theory to you when we were texting. I was like, maybe just all the shit's been edited out and it just kind of like Falcon and Winter Soldier where none of it makes sense anymore.
I don't. If so, then don't air the Jedi mystery show when your key components are being left out of it. Either way,
right? I get it.
It's bad.
I'm enjoying the show. For entertainment value, I'm enjoying the show tremendously. And that's all I'm saying. Like, am I entertained by it? Yes, 1,000%. Could that change with the next episode? Yes, 1,000%. But right now, I'm in.
You know what? And I'm not going to ruin your buzz.
I do have a buzz right now.
Not going to ruin your buzz. And I'm still going to watch because I still got to do these mystery shotguns about
That's right.
acolytes.
You have to report on it, Colby.
So there you go. There is your mystery shotgun, everybody. Coming up next on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show, we have got a list segment where foods you thought were American, but they're not. And then I've got news and notes. And yes, we're going to Florida. And yes, it'll be all methed up. That's coming up next on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show.
Sports fans, FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show. Right here on FanStream Sports. Colby, put your World Series tickets on hold.
Oh, dear.
Top of the sixth, the Mets just tied it 1-1
Oh, crap.
out at the Globe in Arlington. Sure, the roof's closed tonight, I bet.
Well, see you later.
Big gulps, huh?
Hmm.
I don't know. They can still win. If they win tonight, they're going to the World Series.
Okay.
If they don't win tonight, they're going to the World Series.
And the season's over.
It's just starting.
What happened?
It's just starting. I like seasonings. I hate Christmas, but I like seasonings.
Favorite seasoning, Tim?
Ooh. Like not just salt and pepper, right?
Correct.
I'm a big fan of Cajun seasonings.
Cajun seasonings, okay.
I've been cooking a lot of grilled chickens lately.
Uh-huh.
Grilled chicken makes it sound like I'm cooking whole chickens. Grilled chicken, and the boys really like my lemon pepper chicken.
Okay.
So, I'll pan them out really thin, sprinkle the lemon pepper on it, and then I always put a little bit of cracked black pepper in with it too.
Right, to give it a little pump.
Yep, flip it over. Same thing on the other side. Sometimes if they want it battered, I'll batter it up, and I'll put a bunch of lemon pepper in with the breadcrumbs and the flour, red chili flakes. Mainly the lemon pepper stuff. It's big in my house right now is lemon pepper, and I'll do it with like mashed potatoes, and I'll put a little bit of garlic and lemon pepper in the mashed potatoes too. So maybe for me it would be Cajun seasoning. For the boys right now, I do a lot of lemon pepper.
As far as just single seasoning, the smoked pap.
Mhm.
Little smoked paprika. It's probably my favorite. But right now, I am accenting everything.
Dude.
Because it's just MSG.
Yeah, I used to use that all the time.
Dude, you ever just anything you put it on is a little bit more
Yep.
right?
It's better.
Have you? And you don't eat strawberries anymore, but
Nope.
if you did, putting some of that on some fruit, dude.
Fruit, huh?
Yes.
Huh.
It's amazing. I got a nectarine the other day and put some accent on it. Woo, bud, I was having me a nectarine day.
Colby, I want to throw you a curveball for lists.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to I have two here. I thought we would spin the list wheel.
All right.
My other list here, as Colby mentioned, I have all the foods you thought were American, but they're not, which is great.
Uh-huh.
The other list I have are the most common phobias and fears. So I thought I'd spin the wheel here and let the wheel pick.
All right. I'm rooting for food, by the way.
Are you? Okay. Well, you know what? It's one of the two options. Whatever doesn't win, we'll do next week.
Okay.
So, Colby, I'm going to spin the wheel here. I have to do it off camera because I have to go to the other side of the room. Walk, 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 click, clock, walk, 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 walk. Okay, I'm over here by the wheel.
All right.
Here we go. It's pretty small. I don't think it goes around very fast.
People on TikTok aren't fooled, by the way.
I'm spinning the wheel. It's right here. Colby wanted food. We have to make it fair. Colby, it's food.
Nice.
We will go over all the foods that you thought were American, but they're really not. And I will tell you, I went through this list earlier, and I was a little shocked. I feel a little dirty now
Okay.
eating foreign foods. Would you call these ethnic foods?
No.
What is ethnic foods?
Ethnic foods would be, well, I mean, foods from a certain region that are,
Okay.
yeah,
Just not foreign in general.
correct.
All right. So, Colby, this goes all the way to, how far back can we get this to go? 10.
All right.
All right. So the top 10 foods that we thought were American but are not. And I think all of these I thought were American. So I'm shocked. You tell me if you are. Colby, at number 10, candy bars. I always thought Mars and Hershey invented candy bars. But those were invented in England in the mid-1800s by Joseph Fry. Now, here's the difference. And I know this from watching my documentaries that you say you don't learn anything from.
Yeah, I don't want to learn.
These candy bars that we're talking about in England were not milk chocolate.
Okay.
These were sugar, cocoa, and cocoa powder
Right.
molded, and then whatever, they had a hardening agent, that went into it to make them look like and I think at the time they weren't even like shaped like a bar. They were probably just whatever the mold came out as, right? But I do know that Milton Hershey, a little bit later than this, because milk chocolate at the time was a delicacy around the world. It was very expensive. You could get it in Europe, but again, people couldn't afford it. And he wanted to bring it to America and make it affordable. So Milton Hershey developed the process for which making milk chocolate is still used today. That's why he did it up in Pennsylvania, where Hershey, the town that bears his name, is, because at the time there were like 100 dairy farms around the area. So he had quick access to cow milk, right?
Right.
Which obviously is paramount in making milk chocolate.
You would think.
So anyway, so I think this is probably accurate, where the actual candy bar itself at one point was invented overseas in England, but Milton Hershey here in America made milk chocolate candy bars what they are today for us. So I'll give that a meh.
They didn't perfect what we have now.
No.
And if you try and give one of our candy bars to somebody over there, they'll think that we have gross taste.
Yes, absolutely, because I don't know that they like it over there. Number 9, I have questions about, because this might be the most American food, and I've always heard that I've heard both. But in my Food Network experiences, I've heard enough to know that these are American. But number 9 tells us that hamburgers were first made in Germany. And yes, I know I get the name Hamburg, Germany. That's what everybody says.
Right.
I don't know that that's accurate, though.
Well, that's what I always thought, was that they originated in Germany, but then came over and we perfected it.
So the hamburger patty
Yeah.
was created in Germany, the ground beef and the mixture, but they served it almost like a Salisbury steak
Correct.
with the gravy and the onions and all that stuff.
Hamburger steak.
America is what put it on bread, and obviously the cheeseburger and what it became. So that's American. The hamburger steak came from Germany. The hamburger sandwich came from America.
That's correct.
So
But where it was born at, German.
was he?
Yes.
Colby, number 8. I don't know that I ever considered this before, where these came from. I mean, I'm glad they're here. You know where donuts are from?
Donuts are
You ever thought about it? Mark.
no.
The Netherlands.
So they originally fried dough in hoop form in the Netherlands.
In 1667.
Well, you know what? Good for them.
Right. And actually, the Dutch that settled in America are the ones that brought them here. I mean, I'll take it.
Congratulations.
I don't know much about the Netherlands. Like, they have dams and wooden shoes, right? Like, that's, I think, all I know. And weird windmills.
Yes. I think you're thinking of Switzerland.
No. They have those in Switzerland, too?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We're definitely
Just
not historians.
Just wherever Vikings were, right? That's pretty much where all that happened.
All right, Colby, number 7. Your favorite condiment? Mayonnaise.
Not my favorite condiment.
My favorite. Well, I like Miracle Whip, but
Gross.
so this is not Miracle Whip. This is mayonnaise, which was invented on an island off the coast of Spain.
That's where they first whipped them eggs around, so they came up to that?
Yes.
Some
And
oil?
did you know? So there's a very popular mayonnaise brand called Duke's.
Oh, I love Duke's.
Duke's is very close to the original recipe from when it came out in the 18th century.
Because they only use the yolks.
I like Duke's.
Duke's is
I don't
great.
buy it because it's $9 a freaking jar.
It's not that bad. It's about the same as Hellman's.
No.
Yes.
Hellman's for like $4.
Okay, I
I
don't.
mean, I usually buy store brand anyway. I usually buy Miracle Whip brand. So if I
Gross.
buy mayonnaise, I buy, what's it called? Good Value.
Miracle Whip.
Bring on the Hellmans. Nah, give me Miracle Whip, Colby. Mark. Colby, what about watermelon?
What?
Always thought it like originated here.
You know what? I just thought it originated on the earth because it's a plant.
Well, but it has to start somewhere.
Does it?
They first grew watermelons in Africa.
So they created watermelons.
Created watermelons. They were born to someone. And then she pooped out the seeds. And they made watermelon.
Well, you know what? Congratulations to her.
5,000 years ago, Colby.
Watermelons.
Watermelon. I wonder why it's called watermelon.
You know what? I don't even care. It's now.
Is that
called-
your favorite melon?
Ooh. You know what? I think so, but there's not many melons that I'll turn down.
Like, what are other, like, is cantaloupe a melon?
Or honeydew.
Never had a honeydew. I thought that was a list.
No, it's a melon. It's a honeydew
Never had
melon.
one. I've had watermelon and I've had cantaloupe.
All melons are good for the most part. I haven't had a bad one yet.
I mean, I like some melons. They're fake or real. I don't care. So I'm talking about TikTok. What's up? Colby, number 5. This blew my mind because it's one of my favorite foods ever, and I might not ever eat it again because it ain't American. It's foreigner. It's ethnic, whatever that means. Macaroni and cheese.
Wait, you think the pasta and cheese sauce
Yes.
is somehow made here?
Yes. I thought that was an American contraption, concoction.
Congratulations to you.
Did you not?
No.
You thought macaroni and cheese came from Italy.
Yeah, it's pasta. It's
Okay,
pasta.
but it's macaroni
Right.
and cheese.
It's a type of noodle.
It's American.
No. It's like saying spaghetti's American.
He stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni.
Yeah, they brought noodles over across the sea.
No, I don't believe this list. Now, Ranker, I hate you. Ruining my childhood. How's that whiskey in that jar you're drinking right there?
It's water with vitamin stuff in it.
Never believe you. Colby, what's my favorite pie?
The apple pie?
How is that not American?
Because it was made in not here.
England.
Yeah.
It's as American as Chevrolet, which is French, by the way. Louis Chevrolet was from France. From France.
Everybody that was here was from somewhere else before they got here.
No.
Yes.
History started On July 4th, 1776, everything before that was a mistake.
Okay, but they brought their food with them. That's how that shit works,
Might
Tim.
not eat another apple pie ever now. It's good day, mate. Idiots. Colby, what's Kevin's least favorite Starburst? Pink?
I think so, yeah.
Well, they came from England.
All the Starburst or just the pink one?
All the Starbursts came from England. In
Fruit-
1960.
Fruit chews.
They were called opal fruits.
You know what? Again, I'm not surprised.
I am. I don't like this list anymore.
And basically the only like food that you can say is from here, true here, and
Pizza.
born here is not pizza.
No, pizza was born here.
Chicken fried. No, it was not, Tim.
Sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
Sure it was.
No.
Pizza was not Italian. It was made by Italians in America. I'll fight you over this.
Well, you'll be wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Pizza's from here.
It is from here.
Dipshit.
Okay, what were you going to say? What's your American food?
Chicken fried steak. Yes, and it's not anywhere near schnitzel, sir.
It's basically schnitzel.
It's not.
Colby, what about peanut butter?
That was an American president that made all the uses for the peanut, including peanut butter.
It came from Canada, sir.
Nope.
It's as Canadian as I am.
Nope. Because that one nut dude made all the ways to use a peanut, including peanut butter.
It's not. You're talking about Jimmy Carter?
Yeah, Jimmy
I
Carter.
don't think that's accurate. In the 70s. Pretty sure I had peanut butter as a kid before he was president.
He's the one that did it.
Like how you're turning in your chair like a first grader getting yelled at by the teacher.
He's the one that did it.
Colby, number one. The number one food that we thought was American. Again, it comes from the UK, which makes me not want to eat it anymore. Freaking idiots over in England. Good day, mate. Fried chicken. Yeah, that blew your mind, didn't it? 1747, the very first known instance of fried chicken. An entire cookbook in England.
Huh.
Yeah, which means they probably had chicken fried steak too.
They didn't.
Chicken fried chicken, chicken fried rabbits, chicken fried toast,
No.
chicken fried Twinkies. And then the Texas State Fair had to come along and ruin everything fried. Fried Oreos, fried Twinkies, fried Snickers.
Fried beer.
You had any of that?
Yes.
The gross foods at the fair?
They were really good.
No, I'm out.
They were really good.
Are there other foods that you think might have been American that we know aren't now?
Not off the top of my head,
What
no.
about biscuits?
Yeah, well, they changed because, I mean, you've had scones and stuff over there, but the biscuits
Are
here-
scones not American?
No.
What about crepes?
No.
What about pancakes?
I don't know because the German pancake is something that I want to try.
What is that?
Have you not seen the German pancake? It's a pancake that looks like a bed, and it's real thick and tall and everything, and puffs out of the
Oh, you showed me that one time.
like a souffle,
Yeah, it's more of a souffle.
but it's a German pancake. You can feed a whole family with it.
So, have you ever heard of? I had a girl today she was at a restaurant and she sent me a picture and she said, "Doesn't this look amazing?" And I immediately replied, "No, it looks kind of disgusting. What is it?" She said, "They're fluff pancakes. They look like biscuits, like tall, small size of a biscuit, but they're 2 inches tall."
Uh-huh.
And there are like 3 of them on the plate, decorated nicely because she's a really expensive restaurant, right? No syrup or anything on top of it. It looked like it had some seasoning, like a dark seasoning, like cinnamon or something maybe sprinkled on top.
Uh-huh.
And it had a scoop of ice cream next to it.
Oh, nice.
No, not nice.
The warm pancake and the ice cream. Let's go. Let's do it.
I'm out, dude. That is not a freaking pancake.
Well, I mean, it's not a pancake as you would get at IHOP, sir. It's
That's what she called it. I almost told her to never call me again. Send me crap like that to my phone. I don't get it, Colby. Why can't we just have normal food?
No, I want all of it.
No, that's why you got fat.
Yeah, but I still want all of it.
That's why I am fat.
Nothing turns on the water jets, by the way, right now, more than Korean fried chicken.
The squirters.
The Korean fried chicken is where it's at, sir.
I like squirters. Wait, what?
Dude.
What is Korean? It's just the sauce, right?
No, it's the way they fry it, bro.
But they make Korean fried chicken. They use like dogs. That's what they eat over there.
No, it's not.
Or is that Vietnam?
You stop it.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. All right, you ready for this?
Yep.
We carry on now, please.
Mm-hmm.
Love of God.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to soon to be home of JP again, Tampa Bay, Florida.
Oh, heard about that, huh?
What happened? As a Ruskin man, gotcha, said he would rather go to jail than to pay for the beers that he admitted to stealing from a gas station. So, Abrian Guerrera, 64, was accused of walking out of a Shell gas station with 4 24-ounce cans of Modelo on Tuesday.
I like Modelo.
The clerk told deputies that when he asked Guerrero where he got the beers, he replied, "From this store," and said, "No, I didn't pay for it. I stole it." Just not even trying to hide things like that, huh? Deputy said that when the clerk offered to let the situation go if Guerrero paid for the beers, Guerrero refused. Guerrero was told to leave, but he reportedly opened the stolen beer and said, "I don't want to leave. I'd rather just go to jail."
Oh.
Guerrero told the deputy he was going to Orlando and he got thirsty, so he decided to steal some beer. He was arrested and charged with retail theft.
Or beer.
For beer. Also, and he didn't get all of his beers. He only got to drink one of the cans because the clerk confronted him. And he said, "Yeah, no, I'm not paying for that either. I'd rather go to jail."
So he was on a mission to go to jail.
He's on a mission to go to jail.
Damn it, Beavis.
He's also on a mission to go to jail with only being able to drink half of his 24-ounce beer.
He couldn't even be drunk.
No. If you're going to jail, you might as well be not sober. Not mission accomplished.
No.
Not indeed. Let's go from there to New York City. New York City.
New York City? Get a rope.
So the Bronx police, the NYPD, are trying to figure out and also find the owner of a Porsche. The Porsche was on a parking garage and just fell off. Fell off the top of the parking structure, landed on its roof.
I think I saw video of this.
Nobody knows how or why it happened. Also, by the way, they found wads of cash in the Porsche. Nobody's come to claim the vehicle.
Or the cash.
Or the cash.
Probably not going to happen.
I'm going to go ahead and let you know. I don't think they're going to find this guy.
No. Not happening.
Though after, absconding with him or taking him to wherever you're going to, take him out from, or her, or them.
Or they.
I don't see why you would just put their Porsche in drive and let it go off the side of a park. Wouldn't you just not draw any attention? This is weird.
What I would think.
It's a little weird. But yeah, so if you're thinking I'd really like to have a wrecked Porsche and wads of cash, maybe you can talk the New York PD, the NYPD, into believing that it was yours. Because nobody else is coming to claim that.
Oh.
So there you are.
I'll take it.
Let's go from there to why you should keep your phone on silent, especially if you're a fugitive. In a twist of fate that seems straight out of a comedic caper, a wanted man attempt to elude law enforcement was foiled by his own cell phone. The Polk County Sheriff's Office in Florida encountered what could have been a challenging search had it not been for the fugitive's ringing phone that directed them to his unusual hiding spot. The individual who had been evading capture due to outstanding warrants chose an unconventional place to hide, the ceiling of his workplace. So the cops show up, and all of a sudden, starts coming from the ceiling. I'm hoping that was the cell phone ringtone.
Old Nokia, yeah.
Right. And that's when they're like, well, that's weird. Maybe we should check up there. How mad are you at the person that called you that moment?
Well, it's your fault, not theirs.
I mean, it's your fault, but yeah. You know how it happens. You're doing something. And when I used to do air conditioning work, every single time I've got one hand holding up an air handler while I'm trying to get the damn thing strapped in. And that's when the phone goes off and there's no way I can get to it whatsoever. And so I get done, I pick it up, and they're, where you at? I'm at work. Doing shit. Damn it. But then that's all they had. They just wanted to check that there was nothing important, nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just checking. This guy up in the ceiling, hiding from the law. Joe Bob was like, man, I should check on Bubba.
I hadn't heard from him in a couple of minutes.
Make sure no law hadn't caught up to him.
He has now.
Has now. Yeah, you're mad at that person. Even though it's your fault, you're mad at that person.
Yeah.
Just like being on the radio and then your phone goes, your fault for having the ringer up.
Yeah.
But you're mad at that person. Damn it. You know I'm on air right now. It's very well known. Yeah. So there you go.
Damn it, Mom.
Right. That's never happened.
Ever today.
Mm-mm. So, man, the people in Florida are messed up. Messed up. As we're going over to Growing Together Behavioral Center, which is a school for children with autism.
Okay. Sounds like a weird name for it. Makes it sound like they're in trouble.
They had just finished installing its new playground at its new location on Art Museum Drive. When the staff came to start the week, all that was left on the playground were the studs in the ground. Somebody stole from the Growing Together Behavioral Center for Children with Autism school. They stole their damn playground.
Can autistic kids play?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
My niece loves a good swing, loves a good playground.
I need to look up and see what autism is. I guess I don't know what it is. That's not like a spinal thing, right?
No, in fact, autism, Rain Man was autistic.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep my mouth shut. They
So-
get canceled.
At any rate, they're now, of course, the city's getting behind them to try and get their
Sure, that's terrible.
playground back. But who drives by a school and says, you know what? I want it.
Taking it.
My kids deserve a swing.
Yeah, they need to go look in all the backyards around the area
Right. Go search that.
with a helicopter.
And there's probably just one guy in that one particular tire swing just having the time of his life. All kinds of methamphetamines.
In Florida.
Let's go from there to, we're going to Kroger,
Let's go Krogering.
where, man, this story is we're in Bangor, by the way.
Bangor, Maine?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'd like to Bangor her.
There's a lot of bad decisions made in a short amount of time, says Bay County Sheriff Troy R. Cunningham, as this guy was with his buddy at the Kroger's out in the parking lot. And the buddy, deputies responded, by the way, to the reported shooting at a Kroger. When they arrived, they found a 28-year-old man suffering from a gunshot wound in his upper thigh. The buddy is this 28-year-old man, and he shot himself in the leg on accident.
Hate when that happens.
His buddy, who is a parolee, grabs the gun and takes off running. Cops arrive. The guy tells him what happened. Where's the gun? Well, my friend ran off with it. They go talk to the friend, find the parolee with a loaded gun.
I think that's allowed.
What are you doing, dude? Your buddy shot himself. Bad news for him. But you, as a parolee's like, I'll get rid of it.
Then you kept it.
For why?
Huh.
Bad decisions, yes. Bad decision number 2, yes. At any rate, one went to the hospital because he shot himself. The other went to jail because he's a parolee with a weapon.
Man, it wasn't even his gun?
No, it wasn't his gun.
Did he already think he was going to get in trouble just because he was there with a gun? It wasn't even his.
Right. I don't know what panic went through his mind.
That's panic.
But there was a lot of panic.
And then you kept it. You didn't even get rid of it.
No, you didn't go toss it in the river or something. What gun? I ain't got a gun.
What friend ain't got a friend?
Yeah. I don't know about nobody shooting nobody at Kroger.
I've never even been to a Kroger.
What's Kroger?
What's Kroger? I shop at Winn-Dixie.
That's right. I shop at the Brookshires.
Brookshire Brothers.
Uh-huh. So let's go to Stephen Scaife II. He lives in Hootsdale. That's in Clearfield County in Pennsylvania, by the way. As he runs the local tire and repair shop, which also is where he's selling his illegal moonshine. Is this the Dukes of Hazzard? So he's selling his moonshine out of his father's tire and repair shop. And he's been accused of selling moonshine out of the tire shop to members of the state police multiple times last year. Shouldn't it only need one? The police had to go back for agains. The first time you sell illegal anything to a police officer, that should be like, that's enough. You've done enough. Time to go to jail.
Wasn't good enough the first time.
The moonshine was so good, they like, no, let's go back a couple more times before we actually turn this guy in, right?
You got to taste it.
Yeah. So the troopers noted in the complaint that they asked for 2 caramel apple moonshines, and Scaife's father went to the garage and returned moonshine in quart jars.
Sounds good.
Needless to say, he's now being placed under arrest for illegally moonshining, which I didn't know was still a thing.
Well, it's still illegal to make liquor.
But I don't know. The police, they didn't mention anything in the story about the police going to jail because they ordered the caramel apple and got the regular moonshine.
They complained.
But at any rate, don't sell moonshine out of your repair shop, I guess, is the moral of those stories. And if you're going to sell it to the police, make sure it has a proper UPC label and stuff on it to look official and not just say new stuff. And like
motor oil.
And like crayon.
Motor oil.
Because that's a bad idea by
I bet
you.
your car could run off of that stuff.
Probably could. That's news and notes, everybody.
Wow, what a news and notes it was. We went to Florida and Bangor, Maine.
That's right.
Boy, are my arms tired.
Woo, stupid.
Doing it anyway. We
Uh-huh.
want to thank everyone that's been part of this one, especially our sponsors, Turf Life, Golf Central Magazine, Orion Golf, the pioneers of golf facilities management. Go check them out on the web at oriongolf.com. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. I'm at IndyCarTim. He is at Colby Sapp. Together, we are at Colby Tim Show because we are the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show.
What up?
But you're only allowed so many characters. Also, please head over to FanStream Sports TV, our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Turn on that bell notification thing so you get notifications for all of our great programming over there, and download the FanStream Sports mobile app for Android and iOS. We appreciate everyone for tuning in, especially on TikTok, on X, on Facebook, on the Instagram. Dude, we are everywhere.
All the time.
Good Lord, everywhere all the time. Make sure you check us out again on Monday, 7 o'clock Central Time for another Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.